Hi you guys, I am making a video updating you on my no smoking journey. So that's actually one of my most popular videos on this channel. I'm not sure why, maybe it's just because lots of different people are, maybe smoking, not smoking, maybe trying to make their own decision. Uh, I had quit smoking for like 70 to 80 days, just like voluntarily, not for any specific reason, just because I was like curious what it would be like. And I had shared that multiple times on different videos. And then after that time, I had started smoking again. And I had also shared that, although that wasn't as popular of a video. But I am back to not smoking, and I only because I don't know if anybody else has ever had this experience, but I had an aura migraine, and that's a specific type of headache where you see like a rainbow or a zigzag or something, just like a visual distortion. And I don't know if you've ever had that, but it is one of the scariest things ever to see your own vision changing. And so I hadn't actually smoked at all that day, but I had the migraine, right, and I had to go lay down and go to sleep and everything, and I took ibuprofen, and that even, like, I still had a headache even with the ibuprofen, so that just shows you how strong it can be. And thankfully that's only been my fourth one in my entire life, and usually it's only been triggered like one time when I went to visit my husband in Texas. There was a huge change in elevation, and I was trying to work out outside, and it like immediately triggered one. So I'm grateful that it's very rare that I ever have them. But it led me to do some research about, what can I do to prevent them? And, there's lots of different literature, and of course there's like lots of unknowns. But one thing I stumbled upon, because I was curious, how does cannabis affect this, specifically smoking? And in women, because of our estrogen and everything, that's like a whole thing. But if you are a woman and you smoke, whether it's cigarettes, or it's probably worse if you smoke cigarettes, but if you smoke anything, like smoke cannabis, am I allowed to say that? I think I'm allowed to say that. If you smoke, it obviously stresses your blood vessels, right? Because the combustion and the carcinogens, and it's just hard on your blood vessels. And that's what supplies the brain with blood, right? So I was like doing this research, and I was actually trying to confirm my bias that I like wanted to smoke still, but I read enough that it really convinced me like I'm stopping. I quit smoking. I'm on like day 10. And it's, oh man, this is probably such a niche thing, like not very many people experience aura migraines, so that's good. I hope you never do. But apparently, if you smoke, it's just like you're increasing your risk of stroke. And that freaking scares me, because I'm trying to live a long life. I'm trying to live a long time. And it's always been my mindset that cannabis is like so healthy and therapeutic. But like anything, there's pros and there's cons. There's light and there's dark. In this universe, even in this book right here, it talks about, the law of what is it called? Let me get it right before I tell you. The law of polarity. All being modes of the one that, okay. Let me go to the more simpler version of it. Hold on. Polarity. Everything is dual, everything has poles, and everything is a pair of opposites. So it's like, I want to believe that it's only positive, that cannabis is only positive, right? It's like therapeutic and pain, like helps with pain management, all this stuff. But apparently there's also the other side, right, where it's like it can be hurting you, it can be weakening your arteries, it can be doing all these things. And it really, there's so much research. One could end up believing whatever they want to believe, because there's evidence to support both sides. But when I read that about, it can increase the risk of stroke, that really freaked me out, because if you've had oral migraine, there's like visual disturbances. Like, I was trying to read a book when it started happening, and I like couldn't read. I like couldn't read the pages. Like I was like trying so hard, but that visual disturbance was like getting in the way. And that is enough to freak me out, to the point where like I'm willing to change my lifestyle. I'm willing to stop smoking. I'm willing to work out. I'm willing to go for a walk. Like, I'm only 37. I'm trying to stay around till I'm 107. Okay, I want to be a grandma. I want to have, you know, like be around to see my kids grow up and have their own kids if they want to have kids or whatever they do in life. Like, I want to be here for that. And if that means that I have to stop smoking, for me specifically, like, I'm gonna do it. And you know, sometimes I think about my parents, like they smoke cigarettes and they smoke cannabis and they're fine. But the thing is, like, we're all so genetically different. Like, even if we're related, it's like we're so different. We are so unique, you know? And so, like, I can't really make life decisions based on, like, oh, my parents are fine, you know? Which is kind of what I want to do. But, and I've always had the mindset too, like, it's mind over matter. But at this point, like, after having that aura migraine, it's so scary. Like, and if you have aura migraine, it can increase your risk of stroke. And then if you're smoking on top of it, you just ask, and like in my mind, I'm just asking for something to happen, you know, like, and that's reason enough for me to quit smoking. So that's what I'm doing. I'm on like day 10 now, and I don't miss it. Okay, maybe I miss it a little bit because I really love the ritual of inhaling and like, but you know, I'm just gonna do breath work and call it good. Okay, like that's my new thing, and I'm so grateful. I'm adaptable and I'm changeable, and I like change, and I constantly rearrange my art room. Like, I love change, you know, within reason. But I have been using these at night. It's strawberry flavor. They are made on a small farm. They are handmade, and they are very strong. They are 30 milligrams each. So I take like a third of one every night, and I sleep like a baby. It gives me all the therapeutic effects. It's just a much safer way to ingest it without taxing my blood vessels and my circulatory system and all of that. I've been loving these so much. I also do magnesium at night. It's like a liquid form. I'll link it below for you guys if you care. But I find that there is therapeutic benefit to consuming THC, but I'm just finding new ways to do it where it's not, you know, inhaling it into my lungs. Because for me, as I've explained this whole video, that is just preferable to me now, because aura migraines are so scary. Like, having any kind of visual disturbance is very, you know, off-putting. It's like, oh my god, let me go the other direction, you know. So I really love these. I will link them below. I have a code. I have a link that I do make a little commission from if you buy. But they really are fabulous and so helpful. And it gives you just this, like, I took a third of one last night before, like around dinner time, and it just like stimulates my appetite. It makes me laugh a little bit more. And like I said, there can be therapeutic benefit to the, you know, T word, you know, because if you have autoimmune conditions, if you have pain, if you have certain things, like, I've personally noticed a huge difference when I completely abstained from any of those products for that 75, 80 days, whatever. And I did notice my immune system flared up. There were actually negative side effects to quitting, surprisingly. And maybe it could have gotten better if I would have continued, you know, prolonging the abstinence of that. But it was, you know, really affecting my immune system, and I could feel it, I could tell. And so to me, in my mind, there is therapeutic benefit for me personally to consuming it. That's why, you know, I do take these. And so, yeah, I know everybody's so uniquely different, and we're all, yeah, just unique. But I just want to share this in case, you know, it's just like different perspective, I guess. I had shared on Threads about this too. I was like, oh, it turns out I gotta quit smoking because I have oral migraines once in a while, and if you smoke, like, it can, you know, raise your risk of stroke. Like, who wants to? No. Specifically, if you have oral migraines, that's the kicker. Like, that's what really got me, like, in a chokehold. I was like, dang. Even though I have them very rarely, thank God, it's not something I want to have again, or like increase risk of anything else. And I had shared on Threads, and I was not the only one. I had a few people who were like, oh yeah, I'm the same. I have to quit too because of vascular issues or whatever. So it's just something to know, something to be aware of if you do like to partake and you like to inhale, and maybe you have headaches or migraines or anything. Like, it's just really something to be aware of, and to, you know, knowledge is power. It's not to scare you or scare me. Like, I just love to learn, and I'm constantly like, there's so much I don't know, so let me learn more and more and more. And so yeah, that's where I'm at. I will say I do like the feeling of not having phlegm in my throat, or like coughing, or like any kind of, I don't know, like just, you know, lung irritation that comes along with smoking. And I have to ask myself, is it really worth all that? Like, I love the ritual of smoking. Okay, cool. But do I love having bad breath? Do I love stinking? Do I love, because like, you know, the smell, like there's nothing you can really do after you smoke. Like, you stink, you know. I try to wash it off my hands and do mouthwash, it's still there. My daughter's like, can smell it. And that's another reason, like, I'm trying to live healthy, long life. And I'm not saying that you won't, if you have that, like, you probably don't have aura migraines, right? You probably don't have these issues, so you don't need to worry about it. But you know, sometimes I feel like our bodies truly try to give us, they're trying to like make us aware, they're trying to show us. And if I were to just ignore all of that because because of my desire so strong to smoke or whatever, like, who knows what I'm asking for, like what I'm opening the door to, you know? So yeah, that's my journey. And yeah, I just wanted to share that with you guys. And aura migraines are so crazy, and they're not super well understood. It's apparently like a electrical wave that goes across your brain. It's so weird. It's so interesting. But yeah, I'm trying to stay healthy and live a long time, but also, you know, still have a little bit of fun in a very, you know, healthy way, if that's possible. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. And if you've ever had aura migraines, or you have anything related to this, I'd love to know your thoughts and maybe your personal experience or anything that you guys want to share. But thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next video.